Hello everyone, today we are going to see interfacing and programming of LCD in 8051. For that we will need the Keel software. This is the first look of the Keel software. Then we will select a new Vision project from the projects option. Then we have to create our own PRN folder in the existing student folder. Now we have created our own PRN folder. Then we'll create a LCD file in our own PRN folder. Then we will select our microcontroller, which is AT89S52. After selecting the microcontroller, say OK, and then it will ask us to copy the startup file into our project folder. Say yes to that. Now we'll go to the file and select a new file to write our program into it. So this is our program for the interfacing of LCD. I will save this program as the previous name and with the .c extension. So go to save as and select the previous file and give a .c extension to it and then save it. Now click on the plus sign on the target one and right click on the source group one. We'll have to add the .c extended file into the source group one. So select that LCD file and add it to the source group one. Now we have to right click on the target one and select the options for target. We'll have to re-enter the frequency as our microcontroller frequency is 11.0592. So enter that frequency, and besides that use on-chip ROM option is there, so we have to select that option. And there is a other option for output where create hex file option is there, so we have to select that also and say OK to it. Now we are done with every other setting. We have to build target. There is a build target option in the projects, or else this is the shortcut for the build target. Now our target is built and it says 0 error 0 warnings, and our hex file is also created. For entering our program into the microcontroller, we have to connect the board to the CPU. There is a wire provided in the kit itself, so connect that wire to the board and the CPU. Now that our hex file is created, we have to enter the LCD program into the 8051 microcontroller. For that we will need IC programming software. Here we are using Progis software. So this is the first look of the Progis software. We have to read our program into the microcontroller. So it says successfully read, check the timing, and then we have to load our program into the microcontroller. For that go to the load flash option and go to your PRN folder and go to objects. This is the hex file which you have created. Select that and say auto. This is the process of loading the program. Now our program is loaded into the microcontroller and the LCD is showing the output.
This program demonstrates interfacing of an LCD with an 8051 microcontroller using 4-bit mode. First we include the header file register52.h, which provides definition for 8051 registers. Next we define LCD data pins to D4 to D7 connected to port 3. We are using only 4 data lines, which reduces the number of pins required. Then we define control pins, RS for selecting command or data and EN for enabling the LCD. After that we have a delay function which creates a small delay time required for proper LCD operation. Now the LCD command function is used to send commands to the LCD. Since we are using the 4-bit mode, each command is split into 2 parts. First the upper nibble is sent and the lower nibble is sent. The enable pin is toggled to latch the data into the LCD. Similarly, the LCD cat function sends a single character to the LCD using the same 4-bit technique but with RS set to 1 for data mode. LCD string function is used to display a full string by sending characters one by one. LCD string XY function allows us to print a string at a specific row and column by setting the cursor position. Next, the LCD initialization function initializes the LCD. It sets 4-bit mode, 2-line display, display on, cursor off, and clears the screen. Finally, the main function we initialize the LCD and display 2 strings. ASSMS on the first row and IOIT on the second row. The program then runs in an infinite loop. This is how we interface and display text on an LCD using an 8051 microcontroller in a 4-bit mode. Thank you.